Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video and to a new backtesting session. So today, as always, our weekly backtesting sessions, and today is also a bank holiday, so this is pretty much the best time for it, the best time to sharpen your edge, right? And as always, we're gonna choose a random day from this website, and then we're gonna go to FX replay and backtest a whole day on the lower time frame. And for my strategy, I actually added a new condition or a new parameter that truly increased my win rate. Okay, so I ran the filter or the condition on a previous data set. It contains around 100 trade, not that much, and it yielded better results after adding this condition, right? Which is simply an SMT. I added an SMT when I want to enter a trade. And for the newcomers who don't know my strategy, I actually have a checklist right here, a simple checklist to go from step 1 to the last step to enter a trade, right? And it is a really simple strategy, so you can see it here. And each condition must be checked. So first of all, we need to determine the state of the market when we start the trading session, whether we are trending or ranging. Very important, because the other steps, the following steps, depends on this right here. Second step, mark the highs and the lows from the higher time frame. We want to mark the right highs and the right lows, so we know the previous range and to expect the pullback to it. We will see all that in the backtesting session, of course. Third, mark the sweeps and trade in their direction. So when I see price failing to break a previous swing, all right, that's a sweep. I don't want to trade against it. I want to trade in that direction. And fourth step, which is that price pulled back to a 1 minute zone or higher. So replace this with your higher time frame, of course. So 1 minute zone, 2 minute zone, 3, 5, it doesn't matter. A higher time frame zone. And then we're gonna go from there to take continuations on the lower time frames, right? Fifth step, wait for price to sweep an old or a recent swing. That's also important for me to take a trade. I want to see a sweep failing to take a previous swing. And then it comes the condition, which I didn't use really for a whole year, but after I added it, the performance of the strategy enhanced, which is we need an SMT with ES, okay? And we will see how that looks like again in the backtesting session. And then wait for price to break a critical zone responsible of order flow. And this one right here is, I talked about it a lot. I made a special video for that to identify this critical zone. This is also a very important step. And then target 1 to 2R depends on target's levels. Of course, it can be higher. Again, that depends on target's levels. So that's the checklist that I want to use, right? That I will use in my backtesting sessions, right? And you will see how easy it is to identify trades. So let's put this to the side. All right, so let's choose a random day from here. Let's go to 2021. Okay, so everything is set. Okay, so it's gonna be this one right here. Let's create this session from here. Account balance. We're gonna choose NQ as always, and the beautiful thing is we're gonna add ES from here to check for the SMT, and you can add another asset. We only need one. All right, so and I received some complaints about my coupon code is not working, and it was actually Stranger 15 instead of Stranger, so I really apologize for that. It was not working for some time and I didn't really notice. Okay, I guess we are set. So that's Tuesday. Alright, let's create the session. Everything is good. Let's go to 10:30 as always, New York time, where the volatility is. Okay, we are set. So to add ES, all you have to do is, let me do that again, click on this button, add, and then search for ES or whatever asset you added, and click on this right here, new panel, and you can change it. You can change this to be candles like this, and don't click on this, leave it here so we can use it later on to check for SMT when we want to enter a trade. So from the higher time frame, I use 15-5, mostly the 1 minute, to take trades on the 5 second, right? And I use the 15, the 5, sometimes the 1, but mostly the 15 and the 5 second to execute on, right? So let's go to the 1 minute. First of all, we need to check whether we are trending or ranging, right, based on the checklist, and then marking the highs and marking the sweeps as the first thing. So from here, it looks like that we are at a range at the moment, right? Small range here, but overall we are trending to the downside. So what you want to do is you want to draw the edges of the range, right? So for me, the trend is bearish, right? So I want to take trades after price sweeps some old low, right? And I don't want to participate in this range right here. Next thing on the list, mark the highs and the lows. Basically, right here, this was the previous high, and then this was the previous low that was put in. So from here, this was the range. This was also the previous low right here. So basically, we have this, and this right here is the previous range, and we are inside it actually, and we can look for continuations to the downsides if we have some sweeps here, if we have some the criteria to take it lower, right? Otherwise, we might see some push to the upside. So let's remove everything, and let's move price, and when we have an opportunity, right, I will stop and comment on that. Alright, so it looks like that we have a valid trade right here. First of all, we have some sweeps on the 1 minute right here. Okay, we have some sweeps. This was like a higher time frame sweep. Let's say the 15 or maybe the 5 minute. Yes, okay. Here we also have sweeps on recent highs. And we also have an SMT. Oh, let me do that again. So you can see the SMT, first of all, we have between this high and this high. This one, we have filled swing, and here we swept it. And we also between this high right here and this, you can see it here. So I want to take this trade to the downside. I want to take first of all here an entry, and let's take it to here 141, and I might add another entry if we trade it to the upside. I might add another small position, so let's see. Let's mark it in first of all. Oh, it looks like that we... Okay, so let me check again. It was a winner, but close position, show on chart. Okay, so here we go. Here's the executions, a short from here to here. Beautiful. Let me remove this. So I really didn't have anything to add from here. I wanted maybe a deeper pullback. We didn't have that. So 1 hour beautifully here. And you see that we pretty much checked all the conditions here. Right, determine the state. We are at trending market. We had a small range. We marked the highs and the lows from the higher time frame to determine the ranges, the previous zone. We mark the sweeps and trade in their direction, and price did pull back to a 1-minute zone, which is this one. Wait for price to sweep an old or recent swing. We have that here. SMT, we do have that here. Price, we need to break a critical zone. We also have that here. So this was this zone. This was critical because price rejected from it many times. We have sweep here trading to the upside. So this is a critical zone. It was the one responsible for the order flow, right? Once we break it, there's a good chance that we're going to trade lower. And then the target. So that's the checklist. I'm not gonna go through it once again. I'm gonna show it only for this trade. So let's continue. Let's go back to the 1 minute. There's a good chance that we're gonna trade to here. Once again, we are at a small range. Maybe we can add or take another trade from here. Let's see. We were inside the range here. Okay. Once again, the highs and the lows. This was the previous low. This was the previous high. This side here is the range. Price is heavy. We might get another chance here. Let's drop lower. Alright, so we might have an opportunity here. We swept this high right here, okay. And we have a rejection. We have an SMT from here, so that's done. We don't have to check that again between this high and this high. And you can see that we didn't take it here. So let's remove this. One thing that I may be worried about, which is this imbalance right here that we can easily reject from, okay. On the 15-second we did break a critical zone. Also on the 5-second you can see it here, which is this. Alright, but I'm still worried about this imbalance, and I want to see how price reacts to it on the 1 minute. So let's see. This is also the first imbalance and the only imbalance from here. So it can either push price to here to make a new high, right, and we see this rejection from it, or we can close below it and we can take price lower. So still, let's move these two. Exactly. So exactly happened here, and I do have a video about this, and you can check it. Okay, I have a video for this exact situation where you have a sweep, you have a breaker structure in the lower time frames, but you also have this imbalance in front of you, and this is a battle between these two, and clearly you can see the winner from here. Again, you can check this video. I'm gonna leave it in the comments. So once again, let's we have another sweep from here that we can push maybe here into a pullback, right? So price is really explosive. That's why I don't have a lot of opportunities to participate in. It happens sometimes. Maybe we are pulling back to the upside. Let's check the higher time frame and see. Okay, so it looks like that we tapped into this zone right here. That's why we are seeing this move to the upside, and we might see maybe a move to this imbalance. That's possible, and we might try the pullback into it. We swept this, yeah, it's inside this imbalance. We have a sweep here. Where is the SMT? This is ES. We have an SMT here. It doesn't look exactly beautiful, but we didn't really tapped into this zone, which is the optimal way or the optimal zone to trade from. But let's see. So the zone is still this one. You can see that we swept this, right? So technically this is still the zone responsible for the order flow. Alright, so what do we have right here? We might have a chance, an opportunity here, but the target is still this high right here. Okay, there's a target, the previous high. And we have a couple of sweeps here, of course, on the lower time frame. We have we are following the 1 minute sweep here. Okay, we are following the trend, and remember that we are at that 15-minute zone. So we are sweeping this low inside that zone. This is not really the best level to trade from. We do have a target, yes, but we still have this imbalances right here that we can come back to. But let's see if we're gonna get opportunity here. Okay, so let's go. And we also have an SMT here. Okay, so and price is really consolidating. We are not at an impulsive or heavy trend, so let's see if we're gonna get an entry from this imbalance, and let's put the stop loss here. So after we swept this, I don't think we're gonna come back to here, and if we did, there's a good chance that we're gonna trade to here. Okay, so for the target, as always, I'm gonna take 1 hour on this one. I'm gonna target this high right here. Okay, just because we have some imbalances here. So let's take the trade. It's gonna be a limit, not a market. So if we tap into this level right here, I'm not gonna leave the limit, I'm gonna remove it. If we tap to this, still we didn't tap into it. There's still a chance that we're gonna go to it, right? Wait, let's wait. Okay, so that's a TP. I'm curious to see if we're gonna tap into this level right here. Let's see. Maybe another sweep. Okay, so no. It looks like that price is gonna leave this for later to come back to. So this happens a lot actually. Price creates an equal high, right? Or just below it and then come back to it later on. We see this all the time actually. We also see this on a micro level, like for example here. We came back to this low and we didn't really take it. One more time here. It happens a lot actually. So let's see what's gonna happen here. We were actually lucky with that 1 hour trade. If I targeted a higher, it could be a break-even trade. So I usually put break-even after price goes 1 hour if I'm targeting higher RR, right? So honestly, not really the best day for me. I don't see a lot of chances for my system. Alright, so the exact thing happened. We came back to these imbalances and then traded to here. So this is a really interesting case study. Alright, so it looks like that this is the end of the backtesting session. Okay, not the most exciting one. Alright, but it is what it is. I do this pretty much every week. Sometimes I get a lot of trades, sometimes not. But reading price is always a good exercise. So I believe that this right here is the end of the backtesting session and the end of this video. If you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments or DM me on my Twitter account and I will answer you as soon as I can. Now happy trading and good luck.